Hey everyone, John here from the Brewers podcast, and I'm back with another beer. Today we're drinking a very special beer. This is a beer out of Modern Times Brewing Company, or Modern Times Beer, I guess is their name technically. Yes, Modern Times Beer. This is MT5, the Double Dry Hopped edition. This is their 5th anniversary beer that they rebrewed and then double dry hopped it. So the original was made with Nelson, Motueka, and Citra hops. And this one, I'm assuming, was made basically with the same hops, the same ingredients, but they double dry hopped it with Nelson and Motueka, as far as I know. So I got this from 4B listener Kyle Wells. So thank you very much, Kyle. This is so cool to get. This was canned on the 6th of April, so it's still pretty fresh. It's the 22nd of April. We're looking at a couple weeks. I'm really stoked to try this, and this can art is fantastic. Like the first one, I think had more of like an orange, like reddish kind of hue on the 5, and this one's more blue and yellow and green. So awesome artwork as usual from Modern Times. So yeah, this is 8.4% alcohol by volume, so this is definitely a double IPA. So let's open this up, check it out. Okay, so I can already smell this coming out of the glass. Smells fantastic. This is more on the murky side, more on that silicone side of things, where it's got like a very dense, creamy like haze to it. Looks good though. It's nice and pale yellow. It's not gray silicone colored, which is always good to see because that kind of sucks when you see that because it's kind of gross looking. It's got a pretty thin white head that's fast to dissipate, but still looks pretty good. Not that bad. So let's see what it smells like. Yeah, that's like very deep tropical fruits. Some dankness going on in there too. A little bit of a pine character also. Very fruit forward though. Man, this is so aromatic. It smells like it was made with fruit. Like big citrus aromas. Very, like I said, deep is a good way to describe it. Like it's got this very deep nose to it where you smell the beer and like it's just overwhelming. It almost burns on the back of your throat a little bit. It's like that much going on with the aromatics. It's pretty incredible. I get a little bit of a mango edge to it. A little bit of like a papaya thing happening also. Orange is also in there, like a grapefruit edge. Like it's got that hop smear of hops going on or hop smear of fruits going on where you can't really dissect one fruit or from the other out of the aroma, but it's just this big fruit nose, like tropical fruit nose. It's pretty incredible. Like this is fantastic. A little bit of that malt character coming through too. It's got more of that like white cake batter kind of vibe, which I really like, especially with these tropical notes. Like it reminds you more of like a smoothie or a milkshake or like candy or something like that. It's working very, very well with this beer. So yeah, so far so good. Let's see what it tastes like. Man, for being 8.4%, that is dangerously drinkable. Oh man. And a lot of that fruit comes in on the back end too. Like it's got a perfect bitter balance with the sweetness in this beer. This is a fantastic beer. Yeah, tongue coating mouthfeel, perfect carbonation. You don't get a hint of booze on this, at least I don't. And like I said, the finish is like, you get this slight bitter bite, but it's also accompanied with like this big hop impact, like this juicy, fruity, like hop candy, almost like smoothie kind of character. Very, very interesting beer. Very, very good beer. This is highly drinkable for 8.4%. This is amazing. It's just a savory beer, man. No burn whatsoever from the alcohol or from any kind of like weird mineral characteristics in the water in the beer. Again, it's got this very nice lingering bitterness that isn't over the top. Like it's definitely well within the guidelines for what I think this beer is. But that fruit burst in the back, again, it's that hop smear of like different tropical fruits. Not as citrusy as a lot of these beers can be, where you get kind of like a simulated citrus, like acidic burn. It's just a very soft, fruity, sweet yet dry finish, like balanced with that bitterness. Fantastic. This is a really, really good beer. Like, Modern Times continues to just impress me beer after beer. I mean, they're not all hits, but I mean, I'd say 90% of the time they're making something that's just like over the top, knocks the ball out of the park kind of thing. Like, they're an excellent brewery, and like, we're lucky to have them in Southern California as like a brewery that's, you know, homegrown out of Southern California, out of San Diego, California. So again, thanks again, Kyle. This beer is fantastic. Like, this was a bonus beer he gave me for some beers I picked up from him that he bought for me from Highland Park. And this is awesome. Like, I kind of wish I would have saved it for the podcast, but oh well. But yeah, fantastic beer. Modern Times. You can't go wrong with Modern Times. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.